All right, everyone, we're back to, and now we're on week number 5. Remarkably, we're actually approaching the Holy Week, which is going to be a significant and beautiful time here at the Quest. But week number 5, so there's a tendency, I think, when you get to this point in your Lenten practice, to kind of go, wow, this is longer than I thought it was going to be. And I just want to encourage you by saying, listen, it's okay, just breathe. And be present to this week. Relationships, and I think it's strategic of you to put relationships in at week number 5 because they're so significant and so important. Mm-hmm. And the practices that you give us in this week are really creative. So we're here with Paula Huston. We've been doing working through her book for the last 4 weeks. Now we're in the 5th. So Paula, take us through just a little bit about the idea of simplifying my relationships.
Yeah, it seemed to naturally follow this business of simplifying the schedule and the general social life. Then you get down to those people who you really love, you know, or are in some way or another key people in your life. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you don't love them, sometimes they're your boss or something like that, you know, but you have to live with this person. Mm-hmm. And so starting to think about ways in which we can change our habitual behavior with that person to see what comes out of that. Okay. And what, because I think relationships can lay enormous spiritual burdens on us without our realizing it, you know. Trying to think of a good example of that. I mean, I know parents that carry around the burden of a troubled child all the time.
Yes.
And that child might live in Maine, you know, and they don't see them, or they are out of contact with them or whatever. But that person is always there, you know, in their mind and heart, and it makes their world sometimes become much smaller because they can't get past that. So, of course, in this week, there's a practice of going and asking for forgiveness from somebody, you know, because that may be what needs to happen in that relationship for it to clear up. But sometimes it's just that we lean on people close to us for our very sense of self and sense of security, sense of, you know, years ago I had an opportunity I got a grant that allowed me to travel, and Mike couldn't go with me because he was teaching full-time. I got released from the university to do this, so I had to make up my mind, am I going to use this travel grant or not? And much to Mike's horror, I decided to do it, and I spent 2 months traveling around the world alone.
Wow.
And I was out of the range of all the most important people to me. Wow, what a teaching experience or learning experience that was.
Wow, yes.
You know, thinking I could die here and they might never find out, you know, and how that just opens up all kinds of stuff in your relationships with others. So
this week, what we're really doing is we're doing some things horizontally with others to learn some things about ourselves.
Yes, once again.
So I'm with a good friend, and normally we're talking, or we're playing poker, or we're working on a car and chatting. But now what I need to do is set up some time with them in this particular day and be silent. Now that has to be intentional.
Yeah, it does.
Right? I mean, it's like, so as I'm thinking about it, sitting here, I have to call that person and say, hey, can we hang out on Tuesday? And by the way, I can't talk to you.
Yeah.
That's a remarkable thing.
I used to.
Now, why do you giggle at that?
Well, it reminds me of an exercise I used to do when I would teach freshman comp, because students often what was getting in the way of being able to write is just their self-consciousness.
Yes.
You know, they were so self-conscious. So I would make them pair up and stare into each other's eyes deeply for 1 minute without speaking, without smiling, without laughing. They just had to look at each other. Oh my gosh. And I'd say, as soon as somebody cracks up, we start over.
Wow.
And we would start over and over and over. Sometimes take a whole hour, but they finally figured out I was serious. And they said it made them see other people so differently.
Yeah.
And this is that kind of an exercise. It's going to feel very uncomfortable.
Right.
I can guarantee, unless, you know, most of us, we never do that with a friend, you know.
So we're occupying the same space, but not talking. Okay.
C.S. Lewis says, though, Friends are people that sit side by side and look at something they both love. So here's an opportunity to do that.
What a gift. So, Paula, we're in week 5, so we've learned to trust you.
Oh, good.
And I think... So,
I don't know why, but
yeah. Well, so you guys have kind of felt the effects of these practices. And so this week is a big one because we're talking about relationships. And Jesus said it all comes down to that. 2 things are important. Love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. Love your neighbor as yourself. So in essence, the art of, the kind of the spiritual life is about relationships. And so this is going to be a big week. And I want to encourage you to do your best work in these practices and then bring your hearts to the community group and talk about how it went for you. So again, Paula, we're grateful for your work.
Well, you're very welcome, and I wish you all well.